But when I was a kid, 40 looked awful. 40 looked terrible. 40 looked like something that I never wanted to experience. And I don't get it. Maybe I shouldn't have gotten it. Maybe I was a kid, but I don't feel 40. I don't feel old. I've got people asking me here in the office, just from a doctor's standpoint, like, how old are you? I'm 39. I'm going to be 40 this year. Really? I thought you were younger. Thank you. And I know it's not because of like how I look and my baby face and my inability to grow a beard like a full grown man. It's my personality that makes people think I'm younger because I have an awesome personality.
What the hell's going on out here?
All right, welcome back. Yeah. Technical difficulties, if you will. Whatever. For those of you who are looking to do a podcast, just hit record and then just fucking go. Don't be tinkering with it while things are going on. Anyway, do as I say, not as I do. This is 40. Paul Rudd has looked 35 his entire life. But the movie itself makes 40 look rough. It can be. It certainly can be. I've had a great deal of people, remind me that 40 is just around the corner. 40 is coming. What are you going to do? You're turning 40. What am I going to? I'm going to do the same things I've been doing. I'm going to wake up in the morning and piss excellence. I'm going to keep being awesome. I love unscripted moments. Spoiler, this whole thing is unscripted. I do have an outline, though. Ta-da! If you're watching on YouTube, get it remarkable. These things are fantastic. But everyone's like, oh, you're turning 40 this year. What are you going to do? The same stuff I've been doing. I'm going to continue to learn and grow and become a better version of myself in any way, shape, and form I can think of. Because I'll tell you right now, I don't feel 40. Maybe I will tomorrow. But right now, I don't feel 40. I don't know what 40 is supposed to be like. I've never been there. But I don't feel 40. When I was growing up, 40 looked like a death sentence. In that, anytime, if we've got any, Gen Xers, millennials, zennials, whatever, people born in the 70s and 80s who sat through and watched your parents turn 40, like it was a funeral, but it just didn't have a dead person. Like there's black decorations all over the place, over the hill, this, that, and the other. Like I'm not over the hill. Like that implies that I'm going to die at 80. I've got shit I am going to live to 100 plus because there's shit I want to do and there's things I want to see and there's people I want to meet. But when I was a kid, 40 looked awful. 40 looked terrible. 40 looked like something that I never wanted to experience. And I don't get it. Maybe I shouldn't have gotten it. Maybe I was a kid, but I don't feel 40. I don't feel old. I've got people asking me here in the office, just from a doctor's standpoint, like, how old are you? I'm 39. I'm going to be 40 this year. Really? I thought you were younger. Thank you. And I know it's not because of like how I look and my baby face and my inability to grow a beard like a full grown man. It's my personality that makes people think I'm younger because I have an awesome personality. So when I was going to make this episode, this is 40, I had to do some research. I'm like, what do people fear as they age? What do people fear as they get older? And it was, are they doing the right job? Are they in the right career? I got a list of them here. They fear missed opportunities. They fear their decline in health. They fear loneliness or isolation. You don't have to be 40 to experience loneliness and isolation. You know what you have to be? You have to be a man. You don't experience loneliness, isolation. Be a man who goes to work. It's Chris Rock. To quote the great Chris Rock, women, children, and dogs are loved unconditionally.
A man is only loved under the condition that he provides something, okay? I once heard my grandmother say, a broke man is like a broke hand. Can't do nothing with it. What kind of gangster shit is that? That's right. Women, children, and dogs or love unconditionally. When you meet a new girl, what do your friends ask you? What she look like? Lady, when you meet a new guy, what do your friends ask you? What does he do?
Men are loved on the condition that they produce something. 40 isn't lonely. Being a man is lonely. Women, children, and dogs are loved unconditionally. So people turn 40. They fear loneliness. They fear loneliness. They fear decline in health. They fear missed opportunities. They fear that they're not in the right career. All of these things are basically just different aspects, different ways to encompass FOMO. They're scared that they have missed out, that they have spent 40 years and they've missed out. I'm going to share a secret with you. They're right. You're right. If your fear of turning older is because of the things that you've missed out on all kinds of stuff. You've missed out on just copious amounts of stuff and things and opportunities that could have made your life better than what it is right now. Everything you've done has gotten you to where you are right now, whether you're turning 40 or 30 or 50. Where you are right now is your fault. Good, bad, or indifferent. But it probably could be worse. Because if you are able to watch this, means you have access to the internet in some way, shape, or form, because that's where this is. If you're watching on the computer, cool. You have the money to afford a computer or the money to afford a phone or a way to get you to the library. If you're watching this on a computer, but you don't own the computer, you're at the public library. One, awesome. Great job going to the library. But two, cool. You have 2 feet to get you from A to B and B be in the library so you can watch this and you can take part and you can be inspired, hopefully. But you've missed out on a bunch of stuff. But you've also taken part in some great things to get you to where you are right now, listening to my dulcet tones inspire you as I tell you I'm turning 40 and I don't see what the big deal is. I don't feel 40. I feel awesome. I do. And I'm really excited about all the stuff that I haven't done yet and the stuff I'm going to do. So why is that? Why is 40 or turning 40 so much different for me than it is from what I feel society tells me I should feel about turning 40? Again, I'm going through it and it seems it's FOMO, fear of missing out. I'm okay, generally speaking, with the stuff I've missed out on. I know full well I've missed out on some awesome opportunities for a multitude of reasons. Inability to make a quick decision, lack of money that decision required to make, stupidity, stubbornness. These are all reasons that I've missed out on stuff. But I've also gotten to take part in a whole bunch of awesome things. And you know what I really like? I like the things that I've taken part in. A buddy of mine came up to me and it's like, hey, he just turned 40 also. And he's like, hey, my therapist gave me some exercises and some ideas on how to cope with turning 40. I'm like, fucker, I didn't ask for any help. Like I'm the chick at the weight room in the gym doing an exercise with poor form. But I am going to snap on you if you come to me with unsolicited advice. But that being said, it was really good advice. Write down the things that have gotten you here, the things that you're proud of, the things that you accomplished, the things that you did to get you to 40 or to 30 or to wherever you are right now. The road ahead of you looks crazy and messed up, and there's so many questions and so few answers. And you don't know what to do. But write down the good stuff that you've done to get you to where you are anyway. Here's some unsolicited advice. And ask for it. Shit, turned out to be good. So, like, everyone gets older, hopefully, and they always worry about the stuff that they hadn't done, stuff they missed out on. They've got FOMO. Did I make the right choice? Am I in the right career? Am I with the right person? But most people, they make two confusing statements. They two missed assumptions. They confuse movement for achievement, and they say they're busy when in all reality they're just inefficient. So that being said, I have a different outlook on 40 than it seems like a lot of people do. And it's because I've chosen to believe that 40 isn't a bad thing. I've chosen to believe that, yes, while I've been on this earth for 40 years, I don't feel 40. I don't think like I'm 40. It might be good, it might be bad, but that's that is me. That is where I am. So I was at a conference this weekend, and there's a guy there. For anyone who is turning 40, you probably grew up watching The Simpsons. This guy was America's preacher, is how he billed himself, Stephen Lovegrove. But all I could hear is Lovejoy from The Simpsons. So Father Lovejoy. But he had said something that was awesome. And it was, you don't get out of life what you want. You get out of life what you believe. And the really cool thing about that is you can change your beliefs in an instant. In an instant. So I decided apparently a while ago that 40 wasn't a big deal, and it scared me this far. You don't believe me that you can change your beliefs in an instant? Look at any fucking politician. Just uh, stutters incoherently. There's absolute proof right there that you could change your beliefs in an instant. So what do you want to believe? Like, you don't get out of life what you want. Because I want a whole bunch of stuff that I don't have. But everything I've done has gotten me to where I am right now. And it's because of the beliefs that I have. And you can change your beliefs in an instant. Now, the issue with that is some beliefs are entrenched. Some beliefs are long held. Some beliefs are ingrained. Some beliefs have caused behaviors. So what does that mean? It means that you might have to do a little bit of practice changing your beliefs in an instant. Here's my tips. Here's my guide for turning 40. Back to that chick in the gym reference. I didn't ask for your advice. I know you didn't ask for my advice, but I'm going to assume that it is implied that by watching this episode of Fueled by Spite, where you'll learn more from by accident than elsewhere by design, that you want my advice. You want my take on this. So, what do you do when you turn 40? Or what do you do when you are faced with another year of life ahead of you and you're wondering if you are at where you should be at? If you look around and you find others that are ahead of you or behind you, they say comparison is the thief of joy. But then also, this whole fucking podcast is based on comparisons. I'm comparing myself to the people above me, below me, level with me, around me. I like to compare. So, here are my tips on how to turn 40 gracefully. Number one, eat better. Like, fucking duh. Duh, Dr. Taylor. I know I should eat better. You don't have to eat better 100% of the time, but just eat a little better. Like, not even every day, but to have some. I was again at the seminar this weekend. I had more. I drank more often than what I intended to. But again, the Rangers also won the World Series. So I woke up the following day and I was like, man, I need to eat a vegetable. So I ordered a salad for lunch. Like, just eat a little better. It's obvious, and you've heard it a million times. So let's just say it's going to be 1,000,001. Number two, drink better. Going back to the seminar, I'm not talking about drinking more water. I'm talking about if you're going to drink better booze. If you're turning 40, stop drinking Coors. Stop drinking fucking beer down water. Stop drinking shitty liquor. Like, stop drinking Fireball. You're better than that. Spend a little extra money, get a little extra, you're a little higher quality booze. Be an adult. Move more. There's another one too. Move more. Stepping out of Dr. Taylor Fueled by Spite, stepping into Dr. Taylor Chiropractor, best chiropractor DFW, mind you. The biggest thing I work on with people and try to get people to alleviate the symptoms from is lack of movement. I tell people all the time, I fix 40-hour a week habits. Everything we do is at a computer or at a phone or behind a wheel. Just seriously, if you don't want to feel 40 or if you don't want to feel older than you are, move. And it doesn't have to be anything strenuous or stupid. Just get out and go for a walk. Dude, man, just move more. If you got kids, there's your excuse. Get on the floor and play with your kids. Quit watching TV while they play in the other room. Set goals. Give yourself something to strive for. Like literally. Like this whole FOMO thing that people are so upset with about, turning older. The reason you've missed out on stuff is because you haven't taken any action. You haven't had any goals to help you decide what to take action on. If you want to show up for your 9 to 5, clock in, clock out, get a paycheck, go home, drink your Coors, and it's, just develop, heart failure or something, cool, that's fine. But then you don't get to be upset about getting older because you haven't done anything about it. But you got to figure out something you want to do. It doesn't even have to, like, I want to start $1 million corporation. I want to stop sex trafficking. You know what I want to do? I want to take my family on a fucking sweet ass vacation. I want to get the presidential suite at the JW Marriott Turnberry in Miami. I was there this weekend. Like that is a fucking sweet. Oh, hell, you know what? I just want to stay in a regular room with the JW Marriott Turnberry in Miami. That's a perfectly fine goal, but you got to get something to work for, something to strive for. And with that being said, get a calendar. Be a student of your calendar, study your calendar. I was talking to Dave Meltzer this weekend. He goes, I give myself, these are my non-negotiables, 7 hours of sleep. Okay, that's a good number. And then 3 hours of personal development every day. So he dedicates 10 hours a day to himself. And 7 of those 10 include sleep. He goes, that gives me 14 hours to build whatever else I want. But I've got a 9 to 5. Okay. So take away 8 of those hours. That still leaves 6 hours to build whatever you want. And that's already assuming that you get 7 hours of sleep and you've given yourself 3 hours of personal time. You've got 6 hours to build whatever you want and to achieve those goals that we just talked about setting here. Next thing, better mindset. Goes back to that whole belief thing. You don't get what you want, you get what you believe. And you could change your beliefs in an instant. The only issue is sometimes you got to remind yourself of your new beliefs because it's a muscle. It has muscle memory, and muscles are stupid. They just do what they're trained to do. Your brain's going to do the same thing. Your brain's going to do what it's trained to do. It's going to do what it's done most often. And if you think like shit most often, it's going to keep thinking like shit until you give it a reason to change it. 40 is not a big deal to me because I've told myself it's not a big deal to me. I don't feel 40. I don't act like what I assume 40-year-olds should act. So a trick from Sean Dill, going back to the goal things. Wake up every morning and determine what is your biggest concern for the day, your biggest question you need to be answered, your biggest obstacle, and then your biggest opportunity. If you wake up and you go over those 4 things and you have those 4 things set up to go over them during a certain period of time, because now you study your calendar, and those 4 things are helping you drive towards your goals because you've set those now, you're set. You don't have to fear 40. You don't have to fear getting older. You have literally just given, I am so smart. You have just given yourself a reason to live. What do you mean you're so smart? You're just sharing other things that people have told you that you picked up along the way. Yup. Aren't we all? Once again, underlying theme in so many of these episodes, everything is stolen. Nothing's original. These aren't my ideas. These are other people's ideas that I've put into a small, succinct group to make sense to me. And I share them with you in hope that they make sense to you and they inspire you and they change you. So you don't have to get older and fear missing out on stuff. You don't have to fear that you're in the wrong career. You don't have to fear that you're in the wrong relationship. You don't have to fear that you've made the wrong decisions. Because you know what? We all have. We all have done all those things. You're not special. Everybody's fucked up. You don't have to fear these things. You instead decide to be grateful for where you are right now. Make a list of the things that have got you to where you are that you loved getting to that point. And then you sit down, you eat a little better. Have a vegetable every now and then, and not like a starchy one. Have a green one. Cover it in ranch. I don't even fucking care. You know why I love salad dressing? Because it's a vehicle for vegetables. Salad dressing allows you to eat more vegetables. Cool. So eat better, drink better. And I don't mean drink more water. If you're going to drink better quality liquor, because then you won't have as bad of a hangover. Move more, set goals, get a calendar, study it, work on your mindset, and then just every day, just go through your biggest concern, question, obstacle, and opportunity that's going to get you to those goals. I've already laid it out for you. You've got 6 hours a day to build something awesome. And you've got 6 hours a day to make sure that growing older, whatever the fuck that means, isn't as terrifying as everyone wants you to believe it is. You don't get out of life what you want, you get out of life what you believe, and you can change your beliefs in an instant. And I will help you do that. You will learn more here by accident than elsewhere by design. Anyone who doesn't follow this, understand this, believe in this is either two things. They're either an idiot or they're uninformed. If you've watched this, you are no longer uninformed. I'm getting really good at this. Catch you on the next one.